Thank you. From about second grade, one of my teachers actually mentioned that you socialize very well, Tommie. It's just not probably the best idea to do it in the classroom, so you need to knock that off. I actually got stuck in a coat closet because I talked to everyone they put me by. But in 8th grade, that still continued, where I had Mr. Glassnap, who was also my football coach, so I spent a lot of time around him. He had the opportunity to teach me as one of my male role models, as just some of the values that really being a man and then also being an educator or a leader, some of those really important things that I still use today in this position, I'll continue to use as I enter the classroom. Coach, basically, like I said, he was an inspiration to me, but not only me, the friends and everybody else in the community, everyone looked up to him, and that's the type of role model that I want to be to the students that enter my classroom. Most importantly, though, probably one of my most influential people as to why I'm standing here in front of you and why I chose to enter the classroom is my mother. She's a 20-year teacher at Thomas Jefferson High School in Council Bluffs, Iowa. She's a high school English teacher. And almost on a daily basis, due to what's currently happening in Iowa and across the country, she constantly calls me and says, "Tommie, are you sure you want to be a teacher?" And I resoundingly say, yes, this is what I want to do. I want to not only be like you, but I want to make the difference, because I've seen not only my friends, my family, but also the students that she teaches. I've met them throughout the years, being in there at summer, setting the classrooms, tearing it down at the end of the year. Everything that I can do to be a part of that community, to be a part of those children's lives, that is why I'm entering the classroom. I not only have the opportunity to influence the students that enter my classroom, I also have an opportunity to continue to pass on the dream of a good public education. A public education is not only important to the teachers and the students that receive it, but it's also important to our country. As you look around, and especially right here in Washington right now, we have the current talks about the debt ceiling and the debt limit. Basically, I think a great way to solve that is if we could send some kindergarten teachers up to Congress. And if you just say, we have, okay guys, you have one toy truck. We use the money as a toy truck. That's our example. We have one toy truck, and not both of you can have it. How do you split that apart? Because that's basically what they're doing. Everybody wants that toy truck, and they're not going to give it up. That's what they're looking at. But basically, as a student preparing to be a teacher, I have a very interesting perspective entering this time in our current political system. I've endured the high-stakes testing. I've seen classmates whose families struggle to make ends meet and how it affects their education. And most importantly, I have watched and wondered why those closest to the classrooms, educators and students, do not have a voice at the table. To me, as someone who's probably going to be building a house someday, if I was going to build my dream home, I would go talk to an architect or a home builder and say, how can you make this come true? To our legislators, not too far down the hill here, if you're looking at the dream education or the idea of a perfect education system, why are you not talking to teachers and students who are in the classrooms every single day? And finally, working with 70,000 college students, I like to include technology, and also I give them an ask, because I found that if you don't give them something to do, sometimes they just let it slide off. So this is my ask to everyone here in the crowd today. Now is the time to call, email, tweet, and Facebook your members of Congress. Tell them that what works in Washington does not work in your classroom and in our classrooms. Now is the time to tell your Congress and members of Congress that our students are more than a test score, and so are our teachers. And now is the time to tell your member of Congress that what our students need are critical thinking skills and well-rounded education that will prepare them for a 21st century workforce. We cannot test, label, and punish our way to a better public education. We need to work together to give all of our students the foundation and the resources that they need to succeed. Thank you, and have a great day.